And welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I wanted to do a couple more video game reviews and discussions, so there's going to be a couple of these in a row here. The first of which is a review of this homebrew game for the Vectrex. It's called Nebula Commander, and it came out many years ago. I don't see or no YouTube discussions about it, or even instructions on how to play it, because it's not intuitive. What it is, it's like Star Control or Homeworld. It's a real-time strategy game where you collect resources, you build little armies, and you go to defeat the other player. You are displayed on screen as basically this circle. It doesn't look very clear right now because I've got this in two-player mode. I'll do the single-player mode in a moment where the AI will suddenly kick in. But those two circles with the stripes in them, one is his planet, if you want to call it a planet, and the other one is mine. One stripe indicates your health, and when it depletes to 0, you have died. The other one indicates how many resources you have built up, or your energy level, if you will. How do you get energy? Well, you actually move your cursor around like this. This is me with the X. I am controlling, moving around. Not sure why his is moving up and down. That may be in response to my movements. And basically what I want to do, using the number 4 button on the controller, I want to grab these pieces of debris and suck them toward my planet, like this. With that, I build up resources. It's like collecting gold in Warcraft or any of the crystals in StarCraft. And these only flow through spaces. I think there'll only be 2, maybe 3 of these on screen at any one time. When I've collected enough of these resources, I can hit the number 2 button on my controller, but if I do it, nothing happens. I have to actually center my joystick on the planet that represents me. Then if I hit a number 2, I build a little ship. This one's actually like a mothership. Or a destroyer, like a big dreadnought. And what that will do is eventually start attacking the other player. Also, you can see how that depleted my resources. Now I need to collect more of them. There you go. You see the little indicator went up again. Now, what I need to do, now that I've built this dreadnought, is I need to tell it to go and attack him. So I need to actually put my cursor on there and hit number 2, and he will fly over there. And he'll start attacking. There he goes. Now I can also, if I hit number 3 on my controller, now nothing will happen again unless I center my cursor on my planet, but I can build these little smaller ships. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, up to a maximum of 5. They're kind of in orbit around my planet. And you can see again the energy level has gone down. I can now deploy them, tell them to go and attack him by centering my joystick or my cursor on his planet, and then hit 3 again. Now just pick up these resources and continue on. That's basically the entire game. If I hit number 1 on my controller, it activates my shield for a second or 2. And any attacks that might take place during that time will be ineffective. Now, it looks really, really easy. It is actually a fairly simplistic game, but, you know, for a Vectrex title, a real-time strategy game is pretty impressive. I will now cut to me playing against the AI, and you're going to see that with the AI playing, it's a completely different game. He's a lot stronger of an opponent, even on the first difficulty setting. Okay, so here we go. Let's do a real game against the AI. So I am this one down here, and he is that one up there, and he's already collecting his resources. So I'm going to start grabbing these little pieces here and there. Oh, okay. Gotta be. It's kind of, as you can see, there'll be these little tug-of-wars that occur, and you got to just manage these resources. They don't just simply arrive. Oh my God, he's already got fighters. Activate my shield. Yeah, as you can see, these crystals don't exactly directly come toward you. Oh my god, he's coming again with the fighters. Activate the shield. While you've got the shield active, you can't collect any more crystals, by the way. Alright, see how you like it, you bum. Attack! It's very, very challenging. I don't know that I would call it a lot of fun, though. I mean, it's impressive. The fact that you can play a Star Control style game using the Vectrex, and the use of the controls is actually very good. The analog stick. Hang on, let's get a dreadnought. No, we can't. Okay. Yeah, the fact that it'll use these controls and it forces you to want to grab these pieces as best you can. Pretty good. I really, really like what they've done. I like how he created the design of the game. And you really want to like struggle to get those pieces of crystal. And if you don't get the instructions, if nobody's shown you how to play the game, I struggled for the longest time with the AI like kicking my rear end like he's doing now. And I couldn't figure out how am I supposed to launch those fighters. I've seen him do it. It was only when I discovered you have to put your cursor on your planet to create them. There, I've created a dreadnought. And then you have to send it that way using the button again. Like I didn't know. I was just sitting there hitting one all the time and trying to make these resources arrive. And they were never doing it. So it's... It's one of those games you really need the manual to know how to play this thing. I think I'm about to die here because look at my shields. Those two stripes, the one for your energy and the one for your life bar, if you will, you really got to keep a close eye on them at all times. The fighters, as you see just there, they're not that smart. They sometimes miss the planet. So if you're careful, especially a very carefully placed use of the shields, you'll stay alive for a little while here. So I'm just going to get some fighters out and see if I can launch them against him, because he's just doing way better than I am. So yeah, it's a pretty good game. I'd give it like a 2 out of 5. You know, it's impressive for what it does. I don't know that it's all that much fun to play per se. It's kind of neat, and it's very confusing. I mean, unless somebody explains you, unless you read the manual like I did, it's not obvious what you're supposed to be doing in this game. So, attack. But still, an impressive achievement anyway. And I'm about to die. So, I think on that note, I will see you down the rabbit hole.